So then, guys, this is the 17 from Dudley to Stourbridge, and we're going via Gornal Wood, Wall Heath, Kingswinford, Ashwood Park and Wordsley. And as you know, this route is operated by a Diamond bus from the Tividale depot, and this makes Tividale's return to Stourbridge since they quit the area last year in 2022, when they used to do the 17A Dudley to Stourbridge, and that was the Sunday and evening tender. So here we are, coming down to the bottom end of Dudley Town, just by St Edmund's Church. And the bus we got is a VDL Right Pulsar, which is an ex-Clarabelle's. Now, as you know, Clarabelle's operated services in Birmingham, and they also won a contract under Warwickshire County Council, which was the 75 from Birmingham International through Coleshill to Sutton Coldfield. But when Diamond took over Clarabelle's, the 75 was changed to a 76 and 76A. And instead of going to Birmingham International Airport, which Diamond did from when they took over Central buses, it was rerouted to Tamworth to replace the 6 and 6A, which goes through like the Kingsbury area. So it was interworked with that, or integrated as it's known. So anyway, we're just by Coronation Gardens. So the 76 and 76A is now Sutton Coldfield to Tamworth, which is a bit of a scenic version of the Arriva 110 service, which goes from Birmingham to Tamworth. So anyway, we're just on the Broadway part of Dudley, so we're now going down towards the Priory. And then after the success of Clarabelle's takeover, Diamond went to buy Johnson's XL bus workout, which was based in Headley and Arden, close to Stratford-upon-Avon, and they did services around Stratford-upon-Avon. They also did services in Redditch, Solihull and Coventry, and they also did services in Leamington Spa and Banbury. And those services were taken over by Diamond, but however the Stratford work didn't last long with Diamond. They were then passed on to Stagecoach, which operates the majority of services in Stratford-upon-Avon, and they've also taken over the run down to Banbury. And then later, not long after that, when the summer came, Diamond then went to acquire Midland Classic of Burton, which also does services in the East Midlands and has services in Lichfield and Uttoxeter. So Diamond took over that, and they branded it as Diamond Bus East Midlands. Now, the 17 used to be operated by NXWM, and NX had the 17 since 2018, from when it was renumbered from the old 257. But that was when it was operated by Wolverhampton Depot, and they used buses like Trident, ALX 400s, Enviro 400s, and they had single deckers like the Volvo B7 RLE Right Eclipse Urbans. That lasted until 2020, and then it was taken over by Pensnett Depot, and then they used ADL Enviro 200s due to the fact they rerouted it onto Ashwood Park alongside the 226, because one section could not take the double deckers, and they couldn't even take the longer buses like the B7s. But however, you'll find out when we get to that part when we're near Worsley. And I was really surprised that these larger type buses managed to get round those tight roads on part the Ashwood Park, because NXWM never did it, but Diamond seemed to have managed. But you'll see when we get to that part when we're near Wordsley. So the section we're covering is taking us up to Burton Road. Now, this used to be covered by the old 27 and 27A corridor. And at the time they were operated by NXWM. That lasted up until 2020, and then they were rerouted to serve Wren's Nest Estate to replace the number 8. But then the number 2 replaced it, and the 27 and 27A was then rerouted onto Wolverhampton Street, while the 17 was rerouted to serve the Burton Road junction, which is coming up. So we're on our way to Burton Road now, on the 17. So we're heading for Burton Road, and then we're going to go down towards Gornal. So we'll be heading down towards Gornal. So this is Upper Gornal, but we'll be heading for Lower Gornal. So we're going to be heading for Lower Gornal. So you might have realised, you might have seen like some lights signal for for a level crossing, but there is no railway station or tracks around here, because that is actually for the Burton Road fire station, because we've just gone past the Burton Road fire station. So we're now joined up with the NXWM number 1 service, which is the Dudley to Tetnall service that goes through Sedgley and Wolverhampton, and also goes through Blakeney. But we follow the number 1 as far as the next junction, and then we're going to turn left to head down towards Gornal. So I'll be heading down towards Gornal next. So I hope you're all good, and I hope you're enjoying my videos. We're at 970 subscribers now, so I will put the bar up as soon as I get to certain places to show how many subscribers we've got. So, sorry for a bit of the confusion earlier, but however, I was just correcting myself with the signal lights earlier. So here we go, we're now heading down towards Gornal. So this was the section of the old 27 and 27A, just between Dudley and Gornal, and then we're going to do the 17 section we know all the way down to Kingswinford before turning off to go to Summerhill and Ashwood Park. So here we go, we're going down now towards Gornal. So we're going down towards Lower Gornal right now. So there'll be more videos to come on the channel. Next videos we've got penciled in is the 88 from Stourbridge to Norton, the second version of that, because the one version we did, we included a diversion, and that was really interesting because I like to film diversions as well. So I hope you are all okay. And so here we go, coming down towards Lower Gornal. So we're heading down towards the Lower Gornal area now on the 17. So once we've gone through Lower Gornal, we'll then be heading for Heath, and then we'll head to Kingswinford. Then we'll turn right up to Summerhill, turn left, then go on the Kingsley estate where none of the larger buses had gone along when it was NXWM, and then we'll go across Ashwood Park, into Wordsley, through Ordenham, and then into Stourbridge. So here we go, we're going down towards Gornal now, so we're coming towards Gornal Wood, and we'll be calling now at Gornal Wood bus station. Now the only NXWM service that serves Gornal Wood now is the X10 to Birmingham through Merry Hill, because the rest of the routes is now Diamond buses. And that's the 223, that's the Dudley to Bilston. And also, you've got the new 27 and 27A, which are recently taken over by Diamond alongside this one, because they were NX. But the 27 and 27A were actually Wolverhampton NX depot. But NX Wolverhampton isn't an ex-Wolverhampton depot, it's still there, but they were just ex-Wolverhampton routes, I meant. So I do apologise, I meant ex-Wolverhampton routes. But this route was an ex-Pensnett route up until 2022. So here we go, we're continuing on our journey all the way towards Stourbridge. So just continue to enjoy the journey as we continue down towards Stallings Line. Then we're going to turn right and then go into Heath, then do the loop, and then we'll turn right into Kingswinford, turn right again through Summerhill, then across the Kingsley estate just off Cott Lane, and then go along Ashwood Park into Wordsley, and then we're going to go past the Red House Cone at Wordsley, through Ordenham, and then go past Amblecote Church, and then onto the Ring Road and into Stourbridge interchange. Okay then, we're coming out of Gornal Wood, and we're now heading towards Heath via part of Pensnett. Now, as you know, the 17 used to be numbered the 257, and it was renumbered the 17 back in 2018 as part of the Samuel and Dudley network changes. The sister routes, the 15 and the 16, were previously the 255 and the 256. The 255 is now the 15, while the 256 is now the 16. And of course there was the 255E, which became the 15E, but that stopped operating in 2020. But however, that only rarely happens, the 15E. So anyway, we're heading towards part of Pensnett and going past the old Pensnett brick works, which has now been turned into a housing estate, and then we're going to go down Stallings Line. There was also other routes that were sister routes to these ones. There was the 205, which was the Kingswinford to Dudley, and that's now numbered the 5. That happened the same year, 2018, and it was September. And that is now operated by Diamond Bus. So Diamond Bus is now doing that route as well. And you did have the 267 and the 657, but they were changed back in 2019, and I'm going to touch on those later on when we get towards Wordsley-Kingswinford way. So anyway, here's the housing estate where the old brickworks used to be at Pensnett. It's now been turned into modern housing. It looks a lot more modern, but I do miss the old brickworks. But however, it was popular. So anyway, we're now going to be heading down onto Stallings Line. So we're going down Stallings Line. And just off Stallings Line is Pensnett Trading Estate. And that is the location where the NXWM Pensnett bus depot is based. And that's the depot that runs the routes across the Dudley area, like the 2s from Merryhill to Wren's Nest, 11, the 11A, Dudley to Walsall, which used to be operated by Walsall Depot. And also they do the 126 from Dudley to Birmingham. They also do the X10, which is the Gornal Wood to Birmingham, along with the 7 from Dudley to Wollaston Junction, which Pensnett have finally got back off Wolverhampton Depot. But I do miss the Tridents on the number 7 now, and I do miss the Tridents at Pensnett Depot, because Pensnett have got rid of the Tridents, and they've got their modern double deck buses. They even got the ex-Coventry ones now, which is really interesting to see. So here we go, down Stallings Lane now. So on this road here, if my camera was pointing out on the right hand side, you'd see the Morrison's supermarket, which is one popular supermarket within the West Midlands. There's also one in Kidderminster as well. Of course it does, well, I wouldn't say one popular supermarket, because there's loads of supermarkets. It's just one of the major supermarkets within the area, because you've got Co-op, and which is not classed much as a major supermarket. It's more like convenience, and then of course you got Aldi as well, and of course you got Lidl as well. So I wouldn't class Morrison's as one major supermarket in the Midlands, because you've got loads. You've got Tesco's, Asda, but they're in different towns. So anyway, we're just coming down towards the bottom end of Stallings Lane, and we're going to turn to the right, and then we're going to turn left and go into Heath. So hope you're all good, and I'm giving my shout outs to Jake, Florence, Lewis, and also Black Country Traveller. Black Country Traveller, you should try out the 17 since Diamond's got it back, because you'll get loads of different choices of vehicles like Pulsars, street lights, even Plaxton Centros, and also Adam King as well, if you like the Plaxton Centros, because you might have remembered them in when you did the 002 just before the street lights came into service, and now the street lights are whizzed off onto these new tendered routes. And the 002 is using variety of vehicles again, even Optare Solos, which is happening time to time. So anyway, we're now at the bottom of Stallings Lane. So we're now coming off Stallings Lane. So we're nearly coming to the bottom end, to the end of Stallings Line. So that was a trip on Stallings Line, and so we're coming towards part of Wall Heath. So we're going to be heading for Wall Heath, and so here we go. So we're just about to turn right any minute. So there's Liddell right there. So Liddell's right there. There's another Liddell on this route, and that's located in Ordnham, just at the bottom of Brettle Lane, which I'll touch on at the end of the video. So there's a Liddell located at the bottom of Brettle Lane. So we're just about to next turn to the we're going to next turn to the so we're going to turn right. So we're going to turn right next. So hope you're continuing to enjoy the video. So we've got more videos to come on the channel. We've got the 88 Stourbridge to Norton penciled in, and we also got the 142 and the 142A, which are via Halzowen. And then the week after, I'm going to do the 002 between Halo, Halzowen and Merry Hill. And we're hoping to do Telford anytime soon. So we've got loads of videos all lined up for you lot here on Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures, the best YouTube channel that you can name of all time. Yes, the best YouTube channel that you can name of all time. So we are going to continue to maintain the channel. Of course we are. Loads of different videos are going to come, and you will definitely enjoy them the most. Of course you would. So here we go. We're just coming towards in part of Himley on the 17. So we're just coming towards Himley. Well, we're not coming towards Himley. Sorry, we're coming towards Wall Heath, but in part of Himley. However, the junction coming up is served by the 15 towards Wolverhampton. It used to be the 16 from when it was numbered the 256, but the 16 served Himley up until 2020 and was rerouted to serve Wall Heath, Blaze Park and Hingsford. So anyway, here we are coming into Wall Heath. Now you've got the 226 that's serving Wall Heath, which is really good to see, as the 226A covers the original route. So it's good to see that the 226 is now serving Wall Heath. And now now I could do a comparison on what bus is quick between Merry Hill and Kingswinford, either the 15 or the 226. And speaking of the 226, there we see a Right Street Light 226 branding working its official route, the Dudley to Merry Hill service. And those street lights were introduced to the 226 in 2019 to replace the Optare Solo SRs, which were introduced onto the 226 the previous year. And they were fitted with Cummins engine, except the third one actually had a Mercedes MAN engine in, which was a 52 plate. They changed the fleet number when Diamond changed the fleet number of that bus when it was transferred to Redditch, because there was a similar one with the similar fleet number. And that was the next Wessex Hallmark one, while the two of them, which were branding, were X-Express Motors. They were transferred to Redditch, and then they were transferred over to Kidderminster. One is currently in the old Diamond livery, while the other one is in the new brighter Diamond livery. And it's really good to see them in the nice new livery. Well, one of them in the new livery, but it'll be great to see both of them in the new livery at some point. So anyway, we're coming towards Kingswinford, and we're going to go past the Weatherspoons Cross, which used to be known as the Arizona Crossing. And we're now joined up with the 57 service, which comes out from the Briarscroft estate. Now, the 57 was the NXWM's Samuel and Dudley route from Stourbridge to Briarscroft. It replaced the 17A initially, which started in 2019 to replace Diamond's older 657. But the 657 terminated at Manor Park. It was the 267 that went up to Briarscroft. But however, the 657 did go up to Briarscroft when it was Hanson's, but then it was shortened. And now the 57 goes up Briarscroft. And so it's great to see that Diamond has now got that route back. And of course, they've got part of the old 267 back, which we're going to cover any time now. So this is going to be really interesting to see. And the 57 is run by the Kidderminster Depot, while this one, the 17, is run by Tividale. And I would have thought that Kidderminster would have done the 17, but no, Tividale's doing it. And of course, Tividale do one trip on the 25, Dudley to Stourbridge via Merry Hill. So here we are at Kingswinford Junction. So we're going to get ready to turn right and go by Summerhill. So we're just going to go by Summerhill any minute. So we're just waiting at the traffic light. So here we go. So there's the Weatherspoons, the old Arizona crossing right there. So if you turn left, you'd be on the 15 and the number 5 route. And of course the 5A, which comes from like Wall Heath. So there is a peak time, a less frequent 5A, which only runs certain times of the day. It's a bit like the 17A as well. So the original 17, which was the 257, used to carry on straight and follow the 16 to Stourbridge, but the 17 was rerouted this way back in early 2020. So here we go. We're now heading towards where the Summerhill is located. Well, the old Summerhill House Hotel. It's now a travel lodge, and of course there's a harvester here as well. So here we go. We're just heading over towards Cott Lane, and then we're going to go onto Kingsley Road. So we're going to go onto Kingsley Road, and then we'll come out at Lawnswood Avenue, onto Ashwood Park, and then we're going to go along Ashwood Park, and then we'll come into Wordsley, going past Holy Trinity Church at Wordsley, past the Red House Cone, over Ordnham, past Laserquest, then we'll go past another Holy Trinity Church. This time it'll be the Amblecote one, before heading on to the Ring Road and terminating at Stourbridge Interchange. So here we go. We're just now turning left and we're going on to Cott Lane. So here we go. We're just turned left. So we just turned left now. So this is Cott Lane. And we're just heading for Stourbridge. So we're heading for Stourbridge now. Just coming into part of Wordsley. We're going to turn onto Kingsley Road next. So we're just going to turn onto Kingsley Road. So Kingsley Road's coming up next. You'll see Kingsley Road any minute when we get to the junction. So we'll get to the Kingsley Junction. So we'll get to Kingsley Junction any moment. So this is Cott Lane. So we're going towards Kingsley Road. So we'll be going on to Kingsley Road, and once we get to Kingsley Road, we'll go across Kingsley Road onto Lawnswood Avenue and come out at Lawnswood Avenue, which will take us onto the Ashwood Park estate. So this is the Kingsley Road area, so in part of Mount Pleasant. Not the Mount Pleasant which is by Merry Hill. This is Mount Pleasant at Wordsley. So we're now on the Kingsley estate. When NXWM first came along here in the 21st century, it was the number 5 route they did first from Dudley via Russell's Hall, and then they changed it to the 17. So the reason why they couldn't take deckers on this area, because the trees were close to the road and it was a bit tight for a double decker, so they had to use ADL Enviro 200s. And I was surprised when they put pulsars on today on the 17, and it did manage well okay, because NXWM always put the smaller vehicles on this area as well. So I was so happy to now see a larger vehicle come on Kingsley Road. And I believe Diamond did this before when it was the 267, because the 267 used to come across Kingsley Road. Used to come across Kingsley Road, the 267. So here we go. It's really great to see Diamond coming back on Kingsley Road again, since they quit serving Kingsley Road back in 2019 when NXWM changed it to the number 5 route, the Stourbridge to Dudley via Wordsley. So here we go. So then, guys, we're continuing on our journey across the Kingsley estate, which is going to take us onto Lawnswood Avenue. So I'm so happy to welcome back Diamond onto this corridor, since they quit this area when they withdrew the 267. So this is our journey that's going to take us towards the end, where we're going to head on to Ashwood Park. So we're going to head on to Ashwood Park next, and we will then follow the 226 as far as Wordsley. And it's so nice to see that there's a Stourbridge version of the 226, but numbered the 17. It was like this before when it was the 267. And it's so nice, and it was so nice that NXWM started competing with the 226, and I was surprised that NXWM was actually competing with the 226. So, but however, that's now ended. The only route that competes with the 226 is the number 6, which is the Stourbridge to Dudley that goes across Ortenham and Brierley Hill. So here we go. Our journey's still continuing as we head along. So here we are, coming towards the Ashwood Park junction. Going straight goes into Lawnswood. There is the School 242S that covers that area, which runs to Kimver from the Hyperion Estate. And if you go further, you'd go towards Ashwood Nurseries. Then you'd go along the Ashwood Marina, over the navigation, up Camp Hill, and then into part of Highgate Common. Then you'd go past Wolverhampton Business Airport, which used to be known as Halfpenny Green Airport. Well, it's known as Wolverhampton Business Airport. It was Halfpenny Green Airport. Also Bobbington Airport. Then there's a one-armed telegraph pole. And then you'd go across part of Halfpenny Green, past Lee's Farm, and then on to the Rabbit Run, and that will take you into Telford, and you'd end up on the 891 route. But you do compete with like partner number 9, Wolverhampton to Bridgnorth, and the 114, Bridgnorth to Telford. So anyway, this is the Ashwood Park, where we're back with the 226. So it's so great that we're now alongside the 226. However, NXWM do compete with the 226 on Bromley on the 15, and also parting with the 16. So our journey is now continuing as we go along the Ashwood Park. So this is Ashwood Park. So we're going down towards the bottom end, Balmoral Road. So here we go. So there will be more and more videos to come on the channel very soon, of course, so keep watching here on Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures, the best YouTube channel that you can name of all time. Yes, the best YouTube channel that you can name of all time. So here we go, we're coming to the bottom. So this is the bottom now on the 17, also in part with the 226. So we're in part with the 226 now. Just between this area and Wordsley, and then the 226 will then turn off left at the bottom of the hill, where once we've gone past Holy Trinity Church, and that will go on to serve Horbush. So there's the Co-op supermarket in Wordsley. So there's a Co-op supermarket in Wordsley, which is like a local supermarket. And so here we go. We're coming towards Wordsley. So Wordsley's coming up now. We're going to go past Wordsley Church. And then we're going to head towards Ortenham. And then head for Stourbridge. So and that will complete our amazing journey on the 17 all the way from Dudley. So keep tuned, guys, for more and more exciting videos that will come here on Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures, the best YouTube channel that you can name of all time. Yes, the best YouTube channel that you can name of all time. So here we go. So we're just coming off the Ashwood Park estate. So we just now turned. Right, and we're now on Wordsley Green, and we're going to go past the old Cat Inn pub. So we're going to go past the old Cat Inn. So the old Cat Inn pub here in Wordsley is on our right hand side. And then we'll be passing the Holy Trinity Church in Wordsley. So we're going to go past the Holy Trinity Church in Wordsley, which is just right at this next junction. So here we are, now by the old Cat Inn pub in Wordsley. So then, guys, we've just gone past the old Cat Inn pub here in Wordsley, and we are now going to be heading past Holy Trinity Church, which is on our left hand side. As you can see, there's Holy Trinity Church in Wordsley. So we're just now going to the bottom. The 226 will turn left, but the 17 will follow the 16 and the 57 all the way to Stourbridge. So I'll be on our way to Stourbridge right now. So we're going to continue the rest of the journey into Stourbridge. So I hope that you've enjoyed the 17 all the way from Dudley. And thanks to all my subscribers from subscribing to my channel. So 970 subscribers, and that is amazing. So let's keep going with the amazing hard work that we've put into this YouTube channel. So here we go. We are going up now. So there is the famous Red House Cone. So the Red House Cone is coming up. It's a very iconic cone, and so there it is. There's the Red House Cone, just right there in Wordsley. And if my camera was pointing out on the right hand side, you'll see the Volkswagen garage in Wordsley. Well, Stourbridge Volkswagen as it's called. And there's the car auto centre. And so anyway, we're continuing on our journey, and we'll be coming past the Crystal Centre, which used to have a bathroom showroom, a bath store, and of course there's a Tesco Express, there's a Pizza Hut delivery, there used to be a KFC and a Halfords, but there isn't anymore. And many years ago it used to be the site of the old glass centre. It used to be a glass centre there before. So anyway, there's the second Lidl. So this is the Lidl at Ordenham, which I mentioned earlier. And there's Brettle Lane. And we're going to be joined up with the number 6 service into Stourbridge. The 25 follows most of this route, but then turns off to serve Wollaston. So we'll be heading into Stourbridge any time now. So I'm just waiting at the traffic lights before proceeding into our final destination, which is of course Stourbridge. So we're coming towards Stourbridge any moment, and so here we go. So the 6 has now joined up with us, and that's going to follow us into Stourbridge. And so we've just gone past Jeffield Electronics Store and Kidderminster Carpets, which would have been called Stourbridge Carpets, but it's actually Kidderminster Carpets because basically it's part of Kidderminster Carpet Company. Even though we're not in Kidderminster, we're in Stourbridge. So there's Laser Quest right there, and we're going towards where the old Corbett Hospital used to be. So just going heading towards the old Corbett Hospital, and we'll be going by Stourbridge Football Club as well. So we're going to go past the Stourbridge Football Club. which is nearby, and will be right by Holy Trinity Church. So here we are, coming towards part of Corbett Hospital. So I hope you enjoyed the journey. Now, the number 6 used to be the 246, and way before that there used to be the 311 and the 313 that used to come down here as well. So you had the 311, 313, and those were the Stourbridge to Walsall services. But however, there's no longer a Walsall service from Stourbridge, because if you want to go to Walsall, you have to change at house zone by going via the 142 or the number 9 route or the 142A, or maybe to Merry Hill via the 142, 142A, 8, 7 and a 25. But still, you get good connections to Walsall from the Dudley area, which is great. So here we go. So there's the Stourbridge Motor House, the Vauxhall Garage. So you got connections to Walsall. You have to go to Dudley, Merry Hill, or Halesowen now for Walsall. Or you can actually go on the 9 full to Birmingham, and then change at Birmingham for the X51, or maybe one of the other services, even like the 51. So we're just now waiting for further clearance before we can head down towards Stourbridge. So we'll be heading for Stourbridge. So we're heading for Stourbridge. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Keep tuned for more and more videos that will be coming here on Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures, the best YouTube channel that you can name of all time. Yes, the best YouTube channel that you can name of all time. So there's the Stourbridge Health and Social Care Centre. That used to be the old Corbett Hospital. And that has a set of cone eco-disc lifts. And there's the other Holy Trinity Church. This is the Amblecote one. And just coming up would be the site of the old Stourbridge Gasworks. So the Stourbridge Gasworks was right here. It's now been turned into housing estate. Well, into a housing estate. And so we're just by Millrace Lane, which is coming up. So this is also the place where they have that go-kart track. The petrol go-kart track, which is indoor. The other one being at Cosley and Halesowen. And so here we go. We're now coming into Stourbridge. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. More videos will be coming very soon here on Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures. So we're now entering Stourbridge. Of course, there's a Domino's Pizza here. There's a Costa Coffee, KFC, and of course a McDonald's. There's a McDonald's. Now, if you remember, there was a McDonald's in Stourbridge in the past, but that was in Stourbridge High Street. But that closed in 2008. Well, sometime around 2008, 2009. Along with the Woolworths and Adams Kids. Woolworths and Adams Kids were located in the Rye Market. And there's a petrol station, and just right there is, of course, the Mercedes garage. So there's the Mercedes garage. So welcome to Stourbridge. Thank you for watching the 17. Hope you enjoyed it. And please be sure to subscribe. And remember to hit the subscribe button. Tap the notification if you want to receive all notifications. And hit the like button if you like the video. And please leave a comment below if you really like the video. So that's it, guys. See you all again soon for more Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures videos. Until then, bye for now. See you all soon. Take care, guys.